Good morning, friends. Today is Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. And I love saying 2022. I'm always ready for a new year. I'm always ready to say and write the new numbers. I'm coming to you again today with my Louise Hay Meditations to Heal Your Life book. And I want to share something really cool with you. So I bought this book maybe 4 years ago off of Amazon, and I bought it as a used book, which I try to do whenever the option is available, because I love the idea of passing books on. I just do. And so I bought this one used, and there were a couple little sticky notes in it when I bought it, and that was fun to see what the previous owner of the book had thought was important. But there was one place in the book where the previous owner marked it up with a pink highlighter and wrote her own comment right here. And I love from time to time coming to this page, which she also dog-eared, to just try to be with her and be with her energy, which is still here in this book. I guess that's why I also like sharing books, is because we imprint our energy into books when we hold them and read them and have an experience with them. And especially when we dog-ear pages and make our own markings in our own handwriting. So I want to share this one with you today. So the bigger mantra on the page where my thumb is moving says, "I claim my feminine power now." And then I'll read to you what was written on the longer page. And then I'll tell you about her markings and my feelings about them. Okay. So, wise women don't sing the blues. 100 years ago, an unmarried woman could only be a servant in someone else's home, usually unpaid. She had no status, no say in things, and had to take life as it was handed to her. In those days, yes, a woman needed a man to have a complete life. Even 50 years ago, the choices for an unmarried woman were narrow and limited. Today, an unmarried American woman has the whole world in front of her. She can rise as high as her capabilities and her belief in herself. She can travel, choose her jobs, make good money, have lots of friends, and create great self-esteem. Yes, there is much to learn, but women have been wanting to take their power back for a long time. Now, as there are more single women than single men, we have a new opportunity to grow. Let us make the most of it. If we do not have Mr. Right in our lives at the moment, we still can be Miss Right for ourselves. And so my friend, whoever she is out there in the world, who marked the book up, you can see that she highlighted, underlined a lot of the text on that page, and she underlined the mantra at the top. And then she wrote with her pink highlighter right here, she wrote, "Rise as high as your belief in yourself." So what that tells me is that comment had an impact on her, that she could believe in herself, and that then she would rise to the height of that level of belief in herself. And I must say that I have worked with that all of my life too. Every day I work with believing in myself. I think a lot of times, a lot of people out there in the world, maybe based on the persona I put out into the world, either when people interact with me in person or over social media, is that I got it all together. But I'm here to tell you that I don't. It's a daily journey. And I'm not going to say, I was about to say a daily struggle, but I'm not going to use that word struggle. I'm really changing up my vocabulary in 2020. And two words that I'm changing up for 2022, two words that I'm changing up for this year are, I'm not going to use the word try anymore. In place of it, I'm going to use the word attempt. And I want you to attempt that as well. Use the word attempt and see how it shifts the energy you feel around whatever it is that you're talking about. Okay, so using the word attempt instead of the word try. And then the other is I'm using the word journey instead of struggle, because struggle has sort of an inherent negativity of like, oh, right? But nothing has to be a struggle. Everything can simply be a journey. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. We came here to evolve into the highest version of ourselves that we're capable of getting to before we go back over to the other side. So let it be a journey. And sometimes it's not going to look very pretty. And sometimes it's not going to feel very fun, but it's still your journey. It's my journey. It's your journey. So back to the book. I can feel that woman who owned this book, and I know it's a woman, and I know she was an older woman because I think that somewhere in the book when I bought it was some identifying information that I lost. Anyhow, she was on a journey when she bought and used this book. And then I don't feel so alone in this world and maybe that's why I like buying secondhand books, because it helps me feel connected to other people and to the journey they're traveling. Then at the bottom of the page right here, she wrote and underlined in pink, be Miss Right for ourselves. And so I wonder if she was also in a place of feeling alone, and not lonely, but alone, and maybe had spent a lot of time looking for Mr. Right, not finding Mr. Right. And so rising up into her power to be the right person for herself. And the last thing I want to say about this is that I don't want my guy friends who might be listening to this to feel disenfranchised by this whole thing. And you don't have to be, because when we as women, as girls, as women, as females in society, when we find our power deep inside, your life is better off too. We support you in finding your power. And indeed, I'm going to venture to say that most people walking this earth right now, men and women, boys and girls, are nowhere near their power. So when women find our power, we empower everybody else. So guys, you're not disenfranchised by this. If anything, the women in your life who are stepping into their power are giving you the keys to your power, deeper power. The other thing that I want to say is that yin yang, masculine, feminine, masculine, we need both. And so we need both in balance. We need both in a sacred way. We need sacred feminine and sacred masculine. Neither of us, men or women, need to stay in relationships with the opposite gender that disempower us. We need to find relationships with the opposite gender that empower us, that help us rise up, help us have stronger belief in ourselves and rise up into that belief. So there is the Louise Hay / SuzieShaman wisdom for you today, my friends. And I want to show you something. This is my little, meditation nook area. And I want to show you that I set up my meditation altar. Well, I kind of have two. That's my little work table, and this is my little sacred altar, and I got it set up for the coming year. And what I do at the end of each year is I take the whole thing down and dismantle it. then I put it back up fresh and new energy in it. I rearrange it. I put new elements in it. I take some elements away. And I would like to show you one element I added to my altar for this year is this, try to get the glare off of it, this beautiful piece of artwork made by a female artist in Maine named Maddie Rose. And look at it. It's a tree full of crows and one fox down at the base. I believe that this is mainly pen and ink, and my husband gave me this as a Christmas present. We saw it, and I commented on how much I liked it, so he surprised me with it for Christmas. Fox is one of my spirit animals, one of my guides. It's one of the ways that God speaks to me. God speaks to all of us through the animals and the creatures around us and through the other humans around us. And one of the ways, one of the most powerful messengers in my life for God is fox and crow. Crow is also a very powerful messenger from my dad. And those of you who know me know that I said goodbye to my dad when I was 12. My brother was 14. Our mom was 41. And we held space for him to move over to the other side of the veil, and he's been with us ever since, and he comes to my brother and me a lot in the form of crow. So that was such a beautiful gift to receive with all those crows and fox. So anyhow, my altar, I'll show you other elements of my altar as the year goes on. I know that this was a long video, but for those of you who stuck here with me to the very end, I thank you, and I hope that I inspired you in some way, and that's all. So I'm sending you deep love wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, and I hope that you attempt your journey with grace and ease, and know that you are deeply loved and always held in the biggest love that exists in the universe in every moment. Namaste. Bye.